what is it that I need to do to make sure that my energy is preserved? Because if your energy is not preserved, no matter how much you want to serve your family, you're going to be pissed off and tired. That's the truth of it. You're going to be pissed off and tired, and you're not going to want to engage in any of that. Welcome to We Ain't Normal. My name is Charmaine Fuller, and I'm an everyday mom sharing how I navigate my ADHD brain. Each week, we share tools, inspiration, and resources to help you uncover how to reclaim your time, energy, and focus. So thanks for hanging out with me today. Now on to our show. Are you looking to shut down some of the open tabs in your head? If you're a professional mom with ADHD like me, girl, I feel you. And this is why I created the Simplify My Life newsletter. The Simplify My Life newsletter shares real life tips, resources, and support to help you shut down the noise and navigate your ADHD life. Trust me, this is the one email you'll be looking forward to opening in your inbox. Join today at the link in the show notes below, and I'll see you there. Now we get into organize. This is where everybody wants to start off at. I want a new planner. I want to take my current planner and I want to time block and put everything in these perfect little categories of when I'm supposed to do them. And then my life will be happier. It will be perfect now. It will flow better if I can just take and create these pockets of time and make these perfect time blocked calendars. Remember, time isn't real again. So you're managing your energy. When you think about organize and you think about organizing your day, think about it from an energetic space. We are all women. I am perimenopausal. The only reason why I am clear and present today, because normally the last week of the month, it's a wrap. My brain is normally in brain fog. I am rolled up for the past 3 days, I have been sleeping. So I knew that I had this event. And so I prepared for it by giving myself what I needed. Because I know at the end of the month, you can ask my son on Monday, you would ask me a question. I'm like, what? What you say again? What? I don't understand. It was just that. And you have to, as women, we have to know what that time period is for us. We have to know whether you're a perimenopausal, postmenopausal, not even there yet. Even during your cycle, there are certain times where your brain, I call it pregnancy brain and you're not pregnant, where you just can't think. And then we try to push ourselves into this patriarchal box and go, I'm supposed to think. Nope. Even at work, I told him my brain is not working. Don't ask me nothing until the October 1st. It will get done when it get done. And they've stopped asking me because when you ask me during that point, it literally takes me about 20 to 30 minutes to even formulate a thought. So they've caught on pretty quickly that this is so, of course, there are people that have jobs and things that are, you're a nurse or you're something, you have a job where you might have to be on. I want you to create extra space for yourself. That is what this organized step is for. If you know there are going to be times where your mind is not there, your energy is not there, create that space for yourself. You are worth it. Stop time blocking in random-ish in your day. Stop that. Stop just creating to-do lists because nobody wants to do a to-do list. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody wants to do a to-do list. A to-do list is not sexy. It is not fun. It makes me feel like I'm in third grade again and I got to write this paper or my mama going to beat my butt. To-do list is not fun. So that's why I have daily action plans. And so daily action plans are what they sound like. You have those pieces from your Clarify piece. What are the things I really need to be focused on? Okay, can I add 1 to 3 of those things into my daily action plan? Because let's be honest, as moms, I would love to add all of the things from my clarity list, the goals that I've set for the areas that I want to improve to my daily action plan. But I have children, I got a husband, I got a household, and I have a 9 to 5. I have 24 hours in the day. 8 of them are not spent sleeping. I'm going to be really honest with you. Maybe 6 are spent sleeping. And then I have 7 to 8 that is spent at work. And then I have to do things with my kids. And then I have to make, there's so many and thens that you have. So when you look at your daily action plan, I want you to look at it from a space of energetically, what can I do in a day? If I have to go to an appointment, then yes, it only takes me an hour to get there. but damn, I got to drive 696 at 4 o'clock. Look, let me tell you what I'm not going to feel like doing when I get home. And that's cooking y'all dinner. So do I need to have a frozen pizza? Do I need to use my points from Domino's on that particular day to get something to eat versus having on my to-do list, make dinner when I get home from work? Do I need to have, I have to drive that every day? Do I need to start using crock pots? Do I need an air fryer? Do I need to teach my kids how to throw that Stouffer's lasagna in the oven? Like, what is it that I need to do to make sure that my energy is preserved? Because if your energy is not preserved, no matter how much you want to serve your family, you're going to be pissed off and tired. That's the truth of it. You're going to be pissed off and tired, and you're not going to want to engage in any of that. So I want you to really think about, when you create your daily action plan, what are the 1 to 3 things that I can do? And some days it's just one. And some days it's none. If you have a sick kid, some days it's none. Some days you want to work on your landing page. Some days you want to work on that report for work or take that extra training so you can get that bonus or that promotion. But if you have somebody puking that just want to lay in your bed all day, you're going to make yourself mad. So I really want you to think about, when you create your plan and you organize these things in the systems, back to that clarity. What is my life looking like now? Are my kids older? Do I have younger kids that need my attention more? So when I create my plan and I create systems, it's around supporting me with where my life is now. And that's one of the hardest things to do, because I was a hustler before I had a husband and kids. And I'm used to going in and grinding it out. I was just talking to my girlfriend the other day, like, hell, before kids, I could be up to like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, get this out, boom, be there, go back to work the next day. But you can't do that with kids. Somebody need help. You got to make dinner sometimes. You got to take somebody to basketball practice, ballet practice, art club. You have to do all these things. You got to coordinate. If you're married, you got to coordinate with another human being how y'all going to make all this ish work without both of y'all going crazy. Then you got to figure out, my marriage is important to me, or my relationship even to myself is important to me. How do I spend time with me in all of this? Think about where your life is now. That's the point of the clarity, not where it used to be, not how you used to be able to, like, I know sometimes those feelings, I'll be like, yeah, I could do that. But then I still have to get up and do this. So thinking about from where your life is now and just making a plan that has no more, here's the gag, that has no more than 5 to 8 things on it each day. 5 to 8 things. Most of the stuff that we do is out of habit. You don't need to put in, unless you're doing something different. You don't necessarily need to put in cooking dinner. I don't necessarily need to put in going to the grocery store. The things you do habitually do not need to be on your calendar or on your daily action plan. Those are what I call vanity metrics. Yay, I checked something off, but did it matter? That's the issue already, dude. So why is it even there? These are for things that you need to remember. Oh yeah, I need to make that doctor's appointment. I need to make those dentist appointments. Those are things I don't remember because I don't want to go. So I have to put it on there. Using this organized piece is about creating timers for yourself or creating reminders. I will ignore a timer. Like, my husband will set a timer and he'll get up and he'll go do what he's supposed to do. I will turn that ish off and I will go right back to doing what I was doing. So I have to create other reminders for myself. I use my kids as reminders, or the people, I have somebody call me like, hey, could you call me at such and such time? Or, I'll have like a light or something go. I have to figure out what works for you to make you switch to a different task. Because sometimes we'll get into a thing because we don't feel like we have any other time at any other time to do it. You always have time. Time isn't real. It's your energy that you are managing. And you are not behind. You are not late. You are not. I always say this when people come to me and go, oh my God, I'm so sorry I'm late. You are here precisely when you were meant to be here. If I had to leave, I would have texted you and said, girl, I have to go. I'm good. But if I'm still here and I'm calm, we're good. Thank you for apologizing. But if I'm still here and calm, we're good. I'm not mad at you because I'm still here. If you cancel on me, cancellations are my love language. Thank you so much. Do not feel bad for canceling on me. I'm not mad at you because now I get to go do something else in my head. I'm fine. Knowing that if you cancel on people or if you need to move things, do not try to manage what you think their emotion will be around it. Stay in your lane. Stay focused on what you focused on. I'm not saying that you don't honor your time commitments, but don't be so, like, a lot of the reasons why I was late is because I was so worried about being late. So, like attracts like. I'm just attracting being late. So then I would just focus on, I really do want to get there on time, or I want to get there at the right time. Because sometimes I've shown up to places and I thought I was late. The other person showing up at the same time as me. So now I'm not late. Let me just show up at the right time that I'm supposed to be there. If they can't be there, they will leave, or they will say, girl, don't even show up. So I stopped trying to manage what I think other people are going to think of when I show up. Am I always on time? Nope. Am I always late? Nope. It evens out. It works out. I want you to give yourself grace. If you get nothing else from this, even if you don't do nothing else, you are I would say 99.9 times out of 100, you are being too hard on yourself. You really are. As a mom, you are being too hard on yourself. One of the things I told my clients, the bar is set so low for being a good mother. Like, honestly, legally, the bar is set really low. We just have to feed them and send them to school, basically, and just not beat the hell out of them. I mean, that is the bar for being a good mom. However, society and other people's stuff makes it seem like we got to have a Pinterest-worthy house, that our kids have to have these bento boxes with Instagram-ready pictures, that we have got to put them in the latest and greatest thing, and that if we don't have all of our shit organized and put together, that we are a bad mom. We're not. Remember, the bar is set really low. And if you ask your kids probably think you are doing the best job ever. Like, when I asked my son, he's like, you are the best mom ever. I'm like, but I feel so horrible. And like, just let it go. Give yourself grace. If you get nothing else out of this, give yourself grace and space to have progress, to celebrate your progress. Every night, start saying, what did I do that was awesome today? I fed my kids. When I didn't cuss out that driver in front of me. When I could find my work shirt and I only had to dig 2 inches into my laundry basket. When, start looking at those things as wins versus going, oh my God, I should put my clothes away. Oh my gosh, I really need to cook dinner. I should have made them something other than beanies and weenies. My grandmother used to say, they can create a turd. You have done a great job. Like, they are fed. And that is, again, the bar is set low. Anything you do above that is excellent. And figuring out what your excellent is. Because your excellent is not going to be my excellent. And my excellent is not going to be yours. Which is why I teach things like this, because I don't want to say these are the things you absolutely have to do. It's about customizing it and taking the space to figure out what works for you. And not thinking you have to do it in a weekend. Sis, you ain't got to do it in a weekend. You got 10 million other things to do this weekend. Give yourself 5 minutes a day to go in and go, okay, so what's going on here? And those small steps will begin to build a momentum. And before you know it, you're like, oh my gosh, I now got like an hour to myself in the morning. Like, how did that happen? And you look back, it was like daily, over maybe the course of 3 to 6 months, you've been prepping the kids to do stuff on their own. And now you've got extra time to do something for yourself. So if nothing else, giving yourself grace and space, getting clear on what it is that's going on now, not what you want to go on, not what went on 10 years ago, not what went on last week. What's going on right now, and how does that play in? Simplifying things. What's not mine? What am I doing that is way outside of my lane? As moms, we are in everybody's lane, partially because when our kids are babies, we have to be in everybody's lane. Because you can't just leave your 2-month-old on the floor and go, okay, I'm going to work. You figure out your own lunch. The baby would not be here. You would go to jail, ma'am. So, but that carries over to when they get older, and we still feel like we have to be their everything, and releasing that from yourself. Where do you not have to be? What boundaries do you need to set with yourself? Where do you need to tell yourself no or yes at? And then creating a daily action plan for your day that doesn't have 90 million things on it, that gives you space to breathe, and that supports your life in a way that actually makes you feel good when you go to bed and not exhausted. So that is pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and it freed you to see your life a bit differently. Make sure to check out those show notes in the description for a full rundown of today's episode with all the important links and resources. If you want weekly exclusive episodes with me personally, make sure to sign up for my Simplify My Life newsletter. I'd love to know what you enjoyed about this episode, so leave a review to let me know how I can continue to support you. So mama, I want you to know, you're doing much better than you think. You're further than you believe, and you're worthy to have it all. So until next time, stay weird and keep doing you, babe. Coming up next time on the We Ain't Normal show.
That it's fluid, that it's in the present. This is appropriate now. And when you understand the principles of what we're doing, what we're talking about, then you have the tools to shift and change your rhythm as it benefits you most. Because as you said, what works today may not be the right thing for tomorrow or next week.
Want more of this episode? Make sure your podcast notifications are on and you're a part of the We Ain't Normal family by going to thecharmedlife.show to get weekly podcast updates and notifications. I'll see you there.